Hello, it's Tay. It's Sunday, so I'm actually a day early this week. Trying to get ahead of myself instead of planning my videos last minute, and I want to get more advanced in my video editing. I do have some ideas, small ideas, to play around with. I wanted to do this video today talking about my top favorite podcasts, but I want to include pictures of their logo and stuff like that, so I figured that'll probably take me more time than what I have. Tomorrow, Monday, I have work, and then after work I have to take our kitten to the vet. He's got to get his stitches out. And then at 6 p.m. I have therapy online. So I don't have to go anywhere, but that takes an hour. And by the time I'm done with that, I'm probably going to be too tired to do anything. So I decided I'm going to make this video tonight. And yeah, I need to start planning ahead so I can actually get some better videos up for you guys, so you guys can see the products that I'm recommending or talking about, or I'd like to do some more makeup videos doing my makeup. I'm not really sure why people like to watch those. I guess sometimes they're interesting, but I don't know if my channel will be makeup related in the future. I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow and see what I like talking about the most and what I'm the most comfortable in with my videos. I do have experience with website design back in high school, so that was charging my phone, so I just grabbed the cord on accident. So I do have some experience with that, but obviously things have changed since 12 years ago would be 2010. Yeah. So anyway, today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about couples therapy. I think I'm going to make the title of this video something like opening up about couples therapy. This is something easy that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit, because I feel like a lot of people don't want to try couples therapy. Maybe they're scared to. My ex was. But let me tell you that therapy is never meant to be a negative thing. So, individual or couples therapy, any kind of therapy, if people are making you feel stupid for going to therapy, they're gonna look stupid down the road, because they're gonna need all the therapy. You know, we all could benefit from some therapy, learning about life skills and all that. So a little background on my relationship. So I have been with Corey since like spring 2019, and maybe we moved a little quicker than some other couples. Now my cat's walking on the table and messing up my setup. I had a scooch. I want you guys to see my beautiful painting, and I want to be in the middle of the screen. So, we had been dealing with some struggles. Most of it was... Nova, hey! Our dog loves to eat the leftover cat food. It drives me nuts. That's what she was doing. Nova, get over here! come on. There's a lot of stuff going on this table right now. So anyway, the main thing, hang on, let me pause you. All right, let's try this again. So, the beginning of the pandemic, so spring of 2022, I had a major fallout with my sister, and my friends and family, for some reason, they like to put down my partner, and I had never given them any reason to put down Corey. In the past, I had confided in my friends and family in my relationship with my ex, and I was in a very toxic relationship back then. Things were not great, and he put on a front so that people would like him and think he's the fun guy that everybody loves, but behind closed doors he's a kind of a scary person. So me being with Corey, we hadn't been together for that long yet, maybe a year, and I had a fallout with my sister, and I had a fallout with my best friend, and they both said that they didn't like Corey, and so I struggled with that hardcore. It would sit in the back of my mind all the time, and looking back on it, I feel like, in a way, maybe it was a type of manipulation or gaslighting. I'm not sure, but I still feel very confused. And I've talked to my therapist about this, and he reassures me that, I'm aware of this, and I don't know. So I don't know. I feel like one of my sisters has grown to like him more, and my other sister doesn't really seem like she's interested in even trying. I don't know what the deal is. So we decided, Corey was the one to call around to look for somebody, and most of the places in the area, their wait times were weeks, and we didn't want to wait that long to get help. So we found a place about 40 minutes away from us, and they do offer online video chats. And the guy that has been helping us, he's been kind of doing this after hours to try to make some extra cash, I think. So I feel very lucky to have him, because I feel like a lot of places wouldn't take you at, I'm going to therapy at 6 p.m. Most places close at 5. So I'm happy that we found him, but I'm kind of nervous about if he decides to leave, which he might be leaving soon. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let me get on to the topic of the video, couples therapy. So we drove there, and I had been dealing with a lot of acne issues. I had very bad cystic acne, and basically my hormones were off balance, and my face completely broke out. So I was crying in the car on the way, to our first therapy appointment because I was embarrassed about my face. And I know that, a therapist isn't going to judge you, but there's just something about having really bad acne that kills your self-confidence. So that's where I was at that day. I remember it pretty vividly. And Corey just kept telling me, like, it's okay, you're beautiful. And of course, I'm like, no, I'm not. How could you say that? But anyway, we got to the appointment, and I was extremely nervous. I was shaking. Corey's playing his games upstairs. I think he might have, dropped something. My apologies about the barking. Come here, Meatball. Come here. So we got into the office, and we were waiting in the lobby for our guy. And I was so nervous, I was shaking. And of course, thinking about it more makes you more nervous. So, finally, time comes, it's our turn. And I remember it feeling extremely awkward at first. I think the therapist sits down and says, well, what's going on? Or something along those lines. And I don't recall if I don't think I looked over at Corey, but I really wanted to and just be like, wow, okay, this is not a great start. But eventually we got there once you get to know each other and how this new person is. And I'd say we probably went to 4 or 5 sessions together, and we would sit next to each other on a couch. The therapist would be across the room on a chair. We could sit wherever we wanted to, but that was probably the most easiest spot to get to. So I had a box of Kleenex on my side, and I honestly don't remember what our conversations were like in there, but I did write down some information. So the main thing that I wanted to get from a therapist was, a different perspective, a third party, somebody to be there in the middle. And because it felt like our fights were completely off, like we'd get in a fight and I would feel like I couldn't even get him to understand where I was coming from. So that's one thing that I really liked about going to therapy, was it kind of helped open Corey's mind to different ideas and skills and stuff. He helped challenge us. So, for example, I wrote down that I wanted Corey to open up more, and the therapist suggested trying a different approach. So I remember him suggesting, asking each other, would you rather questions. So, or I think he suggested, playing a game with each other. You kind of learn more about each other without really realizing it. And I have a hard time getting him to play games, but the would you rather, that one definitely was fun, because we would kind of go back and not back and forth right as we're talking, one day I'd pick one and I'd be like, okay, would you rather go on a vacation to Mexico or to the Colorado mountains for a week, and why? So questions like that, or sometimes I'd give him like a question to think about, and then I'd be like, tell me later. Like I'd say, what's your favorite memory that you had with your parents when you were little? And I'd say, you don't have to think of one right now. You can think of it during the day and let me know later on. But stuff like that, I really enjoy that because I like intellectual conversations. I like to get to know people and talking about things that matter. And so, yeah, now we are in 2023. It's been a little over a year since we've had our couples therapy. I have been going to my own individually therapy since then, and I kind of feel like me and Corey are at a spot where we could benefit from going a few times again. I feel like sometimes he doesn't really understand what I'm saying, and I feel like he's doing it on purpose, and I feel like he gets really defensive about certain things, and I just need some help talking to each other. And he's willing to go again, and I'm willing to go again, and obviously since we're both willing to keep working on a relationship, then we're going to keep doing that. So yeah, we really enjoyed going to couples therapy. I'm kind of hoping that the next time we go, it's with a different person. Hopefully they're a good fit. If not, then we would just have to find somebody else and try them out. I mean, sometimes that's just the way it do. Is that the saying? It's totally okay to ask for help. It's totally okay to go to couples therapy if you're in a relationship, even if you're not married, even if you don't plan on getting married. Honestly, if you wanted to go to therapy with your best friend, you probably could do that. I mean, therapy definitely could benefit us all, and we don't have to go all year long all the time. You know, we can just do a checkup every few months or something like that. I've heard of people doing that. So yeah, just know that it's okay to ask for help, and that therapists are meant to help you. They're not there to judge you, and they're not gonna pick sides. And if they did, then they're a terrible therapist and they should be reported. But most of them are good, and they know what they're doing, and they genuinely want to help people. So I'd love to hear your guys' experiences on this topic. I do want to give a shout out because I probably would never have thought about talking about this topic if it wasn't for Peter Mon. He has tons of channels, but one of his channels is called Peterisms, and he talks about stories that have changed his life throughout the years. I don't remember what his spiel is, but he talks about going to what the hell was that? He talks about going to couples therapy, and him and his husband. Him and his husband have been together for a long time, for years. now, and they kind of remind me of me and Corey. I feel like, in a way, I'm the Peter Mon of the relationship. I like to get the cool cups and talk about celebrity gossip and about the beauty gurus and Jeffree Star, Jaclyn Hill, Manny MUA. So that's totally what I like to do, and Corey's not into that. And he isn't really as open as I am, kind of like Peter's husband, Alex. He doesn't, they've done a lot of Q&As and they've talked about this before, so I don't know, I like watching them because it doesn't really seem like Alex is that interested in making a video together at first, but it's always really sweet when you start to see him smiling. And I think their last Q&A, Alex talked about Disney World or Disneyland, and they went there during the holidays and they had a black Santa, which made Alex emotional. And I love seeing people get emotional on camera over shit like that. So yeah, it just reminded me of Corey. So anyway, that's all I got for you today. Let me know your guys' experiences with therapy, individual or couples therapy. Let me know if you want to go to therapy, if you haven't gone to therapy yet. Let's help each other out and encourage people to go to therapy and get help, and answer questions the best we can so that the process is easier for them. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you consider coming next week and watching whatever I film then. So thanks again. I'll see you later.